No niin, terve vaan kaikille. Jatkellaan Neverwinter Nights Kingmakerin peluuta. Ja mitäköhän... Siinä on kun kauppias kysellään. Ja ei sillä ole mitään myytävän. Tutkitaan tätä kaupunkia täällä nyt vähän se, että mitä täältä kaikkea löytyy. Onko täällä shopkeeperille jotain myytävää? Ei. Kene? The Mossy Tree. Mennäpä katso mikä se on. Ilmeisesti joku taverina. Onkohan täällä ketään? Miss Mr. Mossy. Good night to you, good mistress. I am Mr. Mossy and I am very pleased to meet you. How may I be assistance? I have some questions for you. It is a lucky thing that I am just full of answers to, or full of something, according to Cyanin. What would you like to know? What do you know about the election? I know precious little about politics, I fear. You would be better served by speaking to Cyanin, since she was once the guildmaster of the Merchants Guild. Let's talk about some more pleasing subjects, shall we? Joo, ei kyllä. Joo, Osta Cyaninista vähän kysellä. Tell me about Cyanin. Cyanin and I get along fine. All rumors to the contrary. She be a fine woman and she was a good guildmaster too, until that god-forsaken Thaddeus ruined her name. What do you mean? Cyanin was once the guildmaster of the Merchants Guild until the black-hearted Thaddeus decided he wanted the job. He started rumors about Cyanin, backed by his twisted friend Sir Beckett. Even though the rumors weren't true, enough people believed them to oust her from her position. When everyone turned on her, Cyanin sort of gave up hope. Ah, it was a sad day. I wish someone would help her out, but she says it be none of my business. Any other questions? Joo, siinä on ihan tarpeeksi. Ei kysellä muuta. Ehkä pitäis katsella Cyanin. Siinä on Cyanin. Vartioita. Muutama sillä.
Greetings, friend, and welcome to a mossy tree. If you need anything, you should speak to Mr. Mossy.
This halfling sips a glass of wine, pausing occasionally to stir more fully into its ruby depths. Who are you? My name is Cyanin, and I am part owner of this establishment with Mr. Mossy. I was also something more than that once, but those days are gone. Sorry, I don't mean to be melancholy, but with the election happening, I long for the days when I was more involved in politics. How were you involved before? Not so long ago, I was the master of the Merchants Guild, a position I really loved. Unfortunately, my leadership was usurped by Thaddeus Guild, a notorious villain with a black heart, but a cunning mind. Thaddeus spread rumors about me, and the rumors were backed by a certain noble who, even now, makes a bid for leadership of this dear keep. What kind of rumors? Because I had supported some necessary tax increases in the past, Thaddeus persuaded others that I was planning on supporting a doubling in taxes, which I would never do. Unfortunately, with Sir Beckett's help, Thaddeus' lies were believed and he became the new guildmaster. Now the entire keep is paying for his poor leadership. What do you mean? Ever since Thaddeus stole my position, he has moved to block any increase in taxes. The only reason I ever supported the tax increases was so the banner could afford to train and arm new guards. Now the guards are ill-equipped, inexperienced and demoralized. I do not invite the next lord or lady of the keep. What do you think of the election? Sir Beckett is like some evil demon come to us in man-flesh to lead us to our dooms. Every move he makes seems to lead us closer to chaos, rather than to stable government we where trade can flourish. Envy is young and ignorant of political necessities. If she becomes the lady of the keep, she will quickly become frustrated with the authority of the guilds. Are these the only choices we have? A monster of chaos or an authoritative purist? Pitäisikö valehella vai puhua totta? Voisi vois puhua totta niin, että tuetaan kiltoja. I would support the authority of the guilds. Really? I know who you were when you came in, but I didn't want to say anything. I see no reason not to believe you either, since I'm in no position to help you. If this Thaddeus is as corrupt as you say he is, and I believe you speak the truth, do you not owe it to your guild to try to stop him? People react to threats in different ways, perhaps with the threat of invasion. The other merchants might listen to another voice. I have been talking to some of the other merchants. Some of them are realizing what happened and sympathize with me. Still, it really hurt last time. I don't think I could do it again. You need to regain your position. Why should I take such a chance? I neither the ridicule nor the pain of losing a game. Sitten pitäisi valita joku noista. Elikkä taivutellaan, bluffataan tai sitten kovistellaan. Vois vaikka koittaa taivutella. Niin. It is right thing to do. I know it is. I have just... No, you are right. It is the only chance I have if I am to help everyone. Thank you for the confidence, Adrianne. I will go and gather the merchants for another vote. Hopefully by tomorrow I will be back in power. Come and see me... Oh, se häipyikin kesken kaiken. Come and see me in the Merchants Guild office later. Selvä. Onko täällä ketään muuta semmoista, jota vois...
This tavern has all the earmarks of quality. What do you say we spend a few days here and see if we can drink them dry?
Voi tulla vähän kalliiksi ryppääminen. Sir Curtis the Bard. The Bard begins to sing, "Come on, mage, why don't you cast your spell with all your class? I'm gonna pull my sword and knock those monsters down with all my class. Mount up on your horse, I know a hunter spot where the undead are cold but the hellhounds are hot. It's just a dungeon crawl where there's a right to brawl with all that glass. Blacken your face and wear your magic shoes on all that glass. I think over here it's going to heal your blues and all that glass. Hold on, friend, I'm going to need some hugs. I bought a magic cave that drives away those bugs. While I through the swamp we growl until we kill them all to prove our class. The bard stopped singing, waiting expectantly. Taputetaan kohteliaasti. He grumbles to himself and starts tuning his lute. En tiedä, vaikuttaako millään tavalla tämän pelin tarinaan, mutta sitä voi kokeilla kaikkea. Mennäänpä kattoo, mitä yläkerrasta löytyy. No, se on lukossa. Mennäänpä sitten kattoo, jos mä pääsen tonne. Ahaa, se oli vaan... Sitten pääsikin ulos. Takaovi ilmeisesti. The Tarnished Tankard. Käynpä siellä. Tää on vähän savuisempi paikka.
I see we have found the dregs of society.
Niin, taitaa olla. Deus Dongus.
Hello?
No, ollaan nyt sen Taddeuksen luona. Joo, katsotaan, löytyykö täältä ketään sellaista. Ei. Mac.
Greetings.
It puts the ale in its mouth and leaves the cards alone. No puhutaan Taddeuksella.
Cyanin doesn't deserve that position. Get out of my tavern.
Okei, ei sitten. Antaa olla. Tutkitaan mitä muuta löytyy.
If you could pause for just a moment, I would like to speak to you, my friend.
You have something to say, Yapoli? I think we need to speak about your actions in regards to Cyanin and Thaddeus. What do you mean? Your actions were very honorable. You restored the faith of one who had no hope, and in doing so you earned the trust of not only Cyanin, but also of many others in the keep. I do not feel as though I say it enough, but it is at times like this when I deeply respect you as a friend. I have not decided yet, but I am thinking I would like to call you my Rakati. That means sister in my native tongue. That is a honor that is rarely given, and never to one who is not a Rakshasa. But if your actions continue to be honorable, you will be the first. That is an honor I shall strive for. I am glad you see it that way. I always worry how others will comprehend my foreign base, but with you, it is like speaking to a close sibling. That is all I wanted to say. We should carry on. Jatketaan sitten. Tätä muuta.
If you can spare me a moment, I should like to speak with you.
Sinäkin. What do you want to talk about? So now you have voiced both your way to career in politics. I'd cheer you on if I didn't have such a bit of fear in my guts about the whole situation. That's wrong. I worry about you. You have been my closest friend for years, and I can't help but think of my last friend, who was also the ruler of a sizable population. I'm not sure if I have ever told you anything about this before, but when I lived on my home plane, I was the champion of a young duke. You might have mentioned it in passing, but I would like to hear more. My father was the high counselor for an old duke, and whom his three sons to me all were different responsibilities for the duke's son, Tällä. My eldest brother was trained in court in Rich to pattern for and protect the young duke in his own court. My younger brother was trained in the art of war to be the young duke's military advisor. I was chosen to be the young duke's friend. BioWare taught statesmanship, weapons, hunting, and all of the necessary arts of ruling a dukedom. Sounds like you got the best job. It was all luck, since I happened to be the same age as Das. Das and I spent years together. We were both 16 years old when his father died in a war and became the new duke. My father was still a high counselor, so I began to spend less time with Das and more with the courtiers. My elder brother welcomed me to his social group, which should have been my first warning. What happened? I'm tired of discussion. We should really get back to the action. Much work to be done yet. Lots of time for stories later. Joo, hetkinen. Local card. Common shop. Voinpa katsoa mitä sieltä löytyy.
Such a disreputable shop. I do not feel comfortable in here.
Joo. Katsotaan mitä sillä on myytävänä.
Well, if it isn't a customer, come to visit my humble shop.
You look down to see a stranger, like a slick halfling giving you a white drink.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, I am. The name is Sebastian Fitch, but my friends just call me Southpaw. I'm the Thieves Guildmaster, and you must be the new hero in town. There's been talk all over town about you and the election. So, how can old Southpaw be of assistance today? Would you like to purchase some legitimate goods?
Legitimate goods? Oh yes, everything has a proper practice of merchandise. No stolen goods are sold in this bounce. Not a chance. Well, there's occasional infractions, I suppose. One can never be truly positive, but if I recognize a particular item, I always offer to sell it back to the original owner for the cost I paid. Why would an owner pay for something that was stolen? If it is precious to them, they pay. If not, they let me keep it and sell it, and I split the profits with them. It is better than the alternative, which is simply losing everything. Do they appreciate it? Not at first, of course, but once they realize the alternative, they usually get over it. I have even had some thank me later. But that's rare. My policy just makes for better neighbors. Of course, if Neverwinter becomes the new lord, things could get more difficult, but I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure she doesn't get elected. Say you don't like Neverwinter. I think she is beautiful, determined, and loves her community, but she is also cold-hearted and conceited. Others disagree with me, but that is how I see it. She must not win the next election. Tell me about the election. Neverwinter is a paladin and has a real dislike for what she calls shady characters. She has tried to have the entire guild and my shop closed down before, but the banner understood the politics better. Without me, the thieves would get out of control, and then people start getting killed and merchandise gets shipped out, instead of remaining in the area. Sounds like a justification for breaking the law to me. As it is, the government takes a tax from all coppers, helping to pay for the cops, but Neverwinter thinks she can just shut us down and hunt down the thieves. So what are you going to do? I guess I shall vote for Sir Beckett. What choice do I have? The city doesn't need a ruler like Neverwinter who will try to purge the streets of crime. What do you think of Sir Beckett? I have no respect for that man myself. He is naughty and irritable, but at least he leaves us thieves alone. I'll vote for him over any day. So what are you going to do? I guess I shall vote for Sir Beckett. What choice do I have? The city doesn't need a ruler like Neverwinter who will try to purge the streets of crime. Would you consider voting for me? I have a friend who has gotten on the bad side of Neverwinter and languishes in prison at this very minute, crammed in there with the masked man soldiers captured in the battle. If you freed him, I would vote for you. You want me to break him out of jail? If that is what it takes, then yes, but if you can convince Neverwinter to release him, that would be all for the better. All he needs is his door opened or get Neverwinter to order his release. Either way, once he is free, return here. I'll do it. Good. Try not to get a stiletto, the prisoner killed. May Verago cover you with his divine darkness and obscure you from your enemies. Now, was there anything else I can do for you? I would like to make a purchase. Onko täällä mitään? Local protection olisi ainakin yksi. Mitä aseita? Semmoista mitä minä voisin käyttää. Vissi. Joo, jos ostais ton Cloak of Protectionin, niin olisi ainakin vähän suojaa sitten. Joo. Sitten niin... No, tulee frame droppia nyt. Pikkasen. Joo. Jos lopetellaan nyt tältä erää, niin jatketaan sitten taas ensi kerralla. Just tää nyt... Niin, no, otetaan tämä jo valmiiksi. Niin jatketaan sitten ensi kerralla. Sitten tätä pelailua. Elikkäs se on...